All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Greene. So we've got massive news, huge Twitter files dump by Elon Musk put out to the general public. It basically reveals everything we kind of already knew about Joe Biden, the allegations of the Hunter Biden laptop cover-up, and we already know, for example, that Mark Zuckerberg was approached by the FBI, restricted a lot of the information that could have gotten out and potentially impacted the last election versus Trump and Biden, and basically showing that big tech was behind this, at least at Twitter, and a lot of this key info hadn't been dropped publicly. Now, this is kind of crazy because I don't necessarily agree with Musk on everything, but I got to commend him, man. It's kind of insane to think about. He cancel cultured Ye for posting a controversial symbol, and then 24 hours later became Edward Snowden. Like, it's kind of funny, actually. So this is extremely damaging information that was just put out to the American public, and I think it will very much play into the 2024 run-up, and it's a good thing. I mean, it kind of tells us what we already know. I mean, even Trump had told us this. Of course, the swamp is dirty. Of course, there's rats that need to be drained. And I don't think it's just Democrats. I think, also the Republican Party. We've got good politicians as well, but the corruption is it's insane. And we need to get rid of it. That was something that Donald Trump was 100% right about. So, are we watching WWE? Because in the last couple of days, I mean, it's felt like that. It's been good entertainment, too. Ye has a mask on his face. He comes back to Twitter. He gets canceled. He goes on the Alex Jones show. It gets millions of views. Then Musk, as he's declared himself a founding father, goes rogue. Becomes Julian Assange, so to speak, or Snowden, and drops the Twitter files. So I guess we can look at it from the standpoint, I mean, Twitter is a lot better than it's ever been before. So it's actually a good thing for conservatives. It is a great thing for liberty. It is a wonderful thing for those of us that need to think through these complex issues and just realize how much corruption there is in the United States and how black it is, how evil it is. Even on a spiritual level, folks, I mean, we know this. I lived in Washington, D.C. for a while on scholarship. And, I remember I used to hang out on the Washington Memorial or the Lincoln Memorial, and we'd go walking around, and you could almost feel like the darkness permeate there. You could see it. You could spiritually, you were aware of it. And, it's not like any other civilization in the past. There's corruption, just like ancient Rome, Mesopotamia, Egypt, or now the United States of America. So this is also forming dividing lines. And notice the symbol that actually removed Ye from the platform very controversially, which I don't condone, that he put out there, I think will be implemented and used as a symbol on the ground to divide and conquer with the upcoming election. So I actually think that you're going to see that worn as the digital version of the 21st century armband that then the left can go demonize, and then they can group good, honest Christian conservatives that aren't controversial in that same camp and call you an extremist. So that's what the left is going to do with it, honestly, because they've already told this at the State Department, who they're most concerned about, and we know who that is. So they're going to use that to their advantage, and it really much is a WW type thing. I've been traveling a lot the last couple of days, which is why I haven't gotten normal content out, so I'm getting back up to speed with everything. Another major concern I have is I really think we're going to have bank runs by the end of the year. I think we're going to see more financial institutions and possibly too big to fails go down in the United States, not just in crypto. The whole market is completely over-leveraged. And so we're going to see more of a deleveraging phase here. And I've been warning about this for years. There's going to be capital controls. And what I mean by that, I'm not the only one warning about this. Billionaires have warned about this. I've warned about this. It means there's going to be restrictions on withdrawals, cash. They're obviously eliminating cash. They're moving us to a new programmatic digital currency. That's why I tell you guys to learn about blockchain, invest in it, not financial advice, but it's where I put my money. That's what I'm doing with Island Project and all the stuff that I'm doing. I'm getting out of the banks because I'm really, really concerned about that. I don't think that you're going to be able to move US dollars or your own money in a bank outside of the United States very soon. And I think the Federal Reserve is going to declare some kind of financial lockdown and emergency that's going to make that happen and then give them power to basically do whatever they want. To do what? the Great Reset, which they told you they're going to do. So I wanted to talk about that because although we aren't like technically in hyperinflation mode now, the definition of hyperinflation is 50% price increases on a monthly basis. I think we're going to get there soon. And if you look at the price increases on food and energy and other key ingredients, rents, flour, I was going through this list on bankrate.com earlier today and reviewing some of the documents that came from the Federal Reserve earlier. And it's honestly very alarming. So eggs, for example, went up 43% just over the last year. That's not going to stop. That's with the Federal Reserve hiking rates. So you remember when I told you that inflation wouldn't stop, that the Federal Reserve can't stop inflation, that they've printed so much debt, so much worthless currency, so much fake trash paper, so many bailouts, so many PPP loans, so many interest rates, keeping them at zero. Janet Yellen even had the gall to blame you and U.S. taxpayers for splurging, she says, on goods and services that have caused the inflation. She actually removed herself and the central bank. This is a former central bank chairwoman at the Federal Reserve, will not take any responsibility for hyperinflation or inflation in the United States and says you're the problem and it's your fault because you went and splurged, over the last couple of years because you were fearful about everything that was going on. So it's insane to me. Obviously, you're smart enough to realize that they're lying through their teeth. And the central bank is always lying through their teeth. The mainstream media lies through their teeth, which is why Elon Musk is revealing they were lying through their teeth. Or at least these are the allegations. And we know everything's controlled. We know social media is controlled. We know that you're only getting information that they want you to see. So use your discretion here and have discernment. I'd also be planning on getting your ducks in a row. This is what I'm actually working on with all my businesses, all of Island Project, everything we're doing. You can see there's a beautiful cruise ship up there. We're closing on our first property, actually, for Island Project. So I'll be revealing that to all of our investors very soon, sharing it with you. I'm very excited about that. It's a high cash flow property, so it's going to return a lot of income to all of our investors that have onboarded already. You can learn more about that, of course, at islandproject.com. Talk to my world-class team and my father. We're the first tokenized real estate portfolio in the world. We are replicating it around the world, not just out here in Maui, in Oahu, but also domestically in the United States and internationally. Basically, what we're doing is we're doing the exact same things that Jeff Bezos is doing, the exact same things that Wall Street's doing. We're doing the exact same things that the hedge funds are doing, that even central banks are doing, that the billionaires are doing, but we're doing it for you, the little guy. We're helping you to fight back, and stand your ground and organize a freedom, decentralized movement in a parallel economy that can build a future for you and your family. So it's a world-class investment opportunity. It's the number one community in the world, the best property in the world, and I'm very excited about many of these announcements coming. But also in relation to that, I would really be business planning right now. So for you tuning in, I want you to think about this in your own mindset. Success is all mindset. Energy, money is just energy. Money isn't real. Money comes and goes. It's just water. They print currency from nothing. So there's actually an abundance amount of currency. So you need to be thinking about things in your life in abundance, not in scarcity. Americans have been programmed into the matrix to doubt themselves. To think things aren't possible, to fit into a paradigm of a box. Institutions, schools, universities have lied to you, and they've conditioned you, they brainwash you, they propagandize you because they don't want you to be successful. They want you to be controlled little worker bees that work your whole life for them and don't really get ahead. So the only way you're going to take your life back, the only way you're going to improve yourself in a very dangerous economy, the only way you're going to get prepared for bank runs, capital controls, hyperinflation, total disruption in the West, a reset into a new global digitized currency with mass surveillance and total control of global governments, is to build new economic, financial systems and parallel systems that can actually give you the power. The power for freedom, the power for liberty, the power for free thought, the power for opportunity, the power for choices, the power for people. And this honestly is my life's mission, building out the churches, a coalition of Christian philanthropists, investment opportunities, life opportunities, even psychology opportunities. Again, the key to success. There's so much truth in this, but it's your actual mind, what you're thinking about every single day, what you're putting to work, controlling your action sets, and your mentality, and getting rid of self-doubt. You know where self-doubt lies? With the devil. You know where the uncertainty and the fear that people see and feel right now, and there's a lot of it, and I want you to get out of that, that comes from Satan. Okay, that's a systematic tool of control. Like, so for example, as a Christian, you're often tested. The devil is sly, he's cunning. Notice how he convinced Eve in the garden to basically take a bite of the fruit, the forbidden fruit, and to basically, suck the life out of the tree of knowledge. Okay, so recognize this in yourself. Recognize, I say this all the time, that you are your worst enemy. Okay, so I want you to be planning, getting ready for what's coming this year. I think, and I really believe this, and I talk to investors all over the world. I have investors from all over the world in Island Project pouring money into our project right now. And by the way, you can fill out an application in the membership section at islandproject.com. You can also get into the club for $1,500. That's not the private placements, but another excellent opportunity to get into the blockchain launch. But I see this over and over and over and over again. People ask me questions. Where do I put $100,000? What do I do at the bank? I got too much money there. I'm sitting on cash. Eggs are up 43%. Flour's up 26%. Energy's up. I'm scared. I'm worried. Well, you got to get out of the banks. Okay, so the advice I'm giving you, I have to say it's not financial advice, but it's very darn good advice. It's what I'm doing with my own money. Also, I'm very optimistic. Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market, it's a buying opportunity here. If you've got capital on the sidelines, deploy it. I'll do some updates at school. I would continue to dollar cost average. Bitcoin's at 17K, and I think that it will 5 to 10x very, very soon. So the next bull market, and we're entering that now. It's forming the base now. Okay, we're seeing a deleveraging. We're seeing all this happen. We're seeing companies close their doors. We're seeing the sentiment. Again, I think I opened this with sharing with you. You know peaks when all the conferences are going. Okay, the last major peak, one of them was when I was in Singapore. And then we had a correction, then we went to new all-time highs. Okay, this last peak was when Max Kaiser was actually in Miami. Do you remember that? He was on stage going wild. It was like a really cool event, and then the market dumped. There's like no conferences right now. It's like a conference thing. Same thing in real estate. When they're hyper-developing and you see cranes everywhere, that's typically the top, okay, where you're going to wait for the dip. So we're at the bottom here, and what we're forming is the first time in history a base and an actual regulatory framework for the space. So this means pension funds, institutional investors, hedge funds, people in retirement accounts, etc., are in the big money, not just retail, are growing a lot more confident and will be a lot more confident pouring money into the space. And we're not talking small amounts of money. We're talking trillions of dollars are going to pour in. It's going to come in from college funds, sovereign wealth funds. There's going to be retail money. There's going to be Wall Street money. There's going to be hedge fund money. I mean, they've got to put their money to work somewhere. And all the hedge fund managers know just what I know, that inflation can't be turned off. This is a pause before the reset. They're resetting you to a programmatic digital currency, a new form of the dollar. Okay, they're erasing our borders, and they're going to plug us into a new global society and global world. And they're going to take most of your original liberty and freedom away from you, which is what they've done in recent years. So it's a warning that I've repeated many times. I'm not going to beat the dead horse, but this is what's happening in the world today. So get ready. Get ready. Use it as an opportunity. Get out of the banks now. Also share this video. God bless you. Jesus Christ is King. Take a look at the beautiful cruise ship. If you can see it there right behind me, I think it's right there. I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to be doing more updates at school, and also to book at club.com and also islandproject.com. Click the link below for the club, and you can book a consultation call with me. I'll do a review with you personally, one-on-one. If you've got any questions about your personal situation, what banks are safe, which ones I like, what I do with my own money, how I'm managing my own portfolio, any other questions that you might have, book a call. 30 minutes for the first 25 of you, and we can start as early as today, honestly. I've got 2 spots open today, and I'm pretty sure I'm booked up tomorrow. Have to check on my calendar. Anyways, been traveling a lot. I love you. This is a quick hit update. Expect the most raucous, insane, out of control election in 2024. You've seen nothing yet. This is WWE. You've got Ye with the face mask. You got him canceled on Twitter. You've got Musk going rogue like a founding father, dumping the Twitter files. We have Joe Biden and his family being exposed, and so much more. This is incredible news. It is massive news for the movement, liberty fighters everywhere. And again, I've told you this many times. We all must unite towards a common cause to restore freedom, to restore liberty. You are the solution. And I'll see ya, links below or up here. That's islandprojectclub.com, islandprojectclub.com. Book an appointment. Make sure you get in, because once the spots fill, and they fill quickly each month, then I close it out, and then I can't do it and release it again until the next month. So fill a spot, $1,500 for the consultation, plus all the content and early access to the roadmap blockchain launch. So that's another major advantage on the club. And then get into the private placement if you're one of my existing subscribers. It's been vetted at islandproject.com. That's where you actually own the shares. Okay, so do both of those things. Both of those things are extremely valuable. And remain optimistic in this environment. There's more opportunity, honestly, right now than there's ever been before. And you are my freedom fighters. I love you guys so much. Thank you to all of you. And have a beautiful Maui Boo weekend wherever you are in the world. Stay tuned. I'm Christopher Greene. Hard hitting and in your face. 1000 freaking X. God bless.